Thanks for tuning in, guys. This is Flunkie, and this is Fortnite's walkthrough. Today we'll be talking about Epic's newest IP, Fortnite. The zombie-killing, base-building, mayhem-causing, teddy bear summoning game of awesomeness. We'll go through a little bit about it. I'll explain some of the more intricate details, and then I will show you some awesome gameplay as you are watching now. So stay tuned, and let's kick it. Now, Fortnite revolves around four distinct classes as far as how you fight. There's the soldier, the outlander, the constructor, and ninja. I always forget one. Ninja. There are four distinct classes, which have their own varying degree of specialties and abilities. Ninja can deal with up-close combat with melee weapons. Constructors deal with progressing and making your base that much stronger. Outlanders deal with acquisition resources. And soldiers deal with big, fucking nasty weapons like going commando. Woo! But each individual class can actually have a varying degree of different subclasses, like you see here. Quinn is an outlander, but she's also a trailblazer outlander, which means she is different than other outlanders. Now, you can't get doubles of the same type of class, but a lot of times you'll find other classes that are the same but have different subclasses, which allows them with different abilities. Not too much different, not something like crazy out the way, but it allows different aspects, so you don't always run around with the same exact type of class or character. It allows the players to be different than one another. So jumping over to weapon schematics, I'm going to be explaining pretty much the ins and outs of how the basics of this game works. Essentially, with weapon schematics, also melee weapons and traps as well, you can break them down for XP and materials if you're able to. And if you look over here, it tells you schematic XP. Now when I break down a weapon, I'll get weapon XP. Sometimes when I break down certain weapons, I get extra materials if I've already got the weapon created. Now, if you're breaking down schematics, all you're going to get is the schematic blueprints and the XP themselves. Be like, John, why would you break down the schematics? Well, if you have powerful schematics already, then all you can do now is take the XP and plug it back into the weapon you want to evolve. Now, here's the trigger, whatever. Weapons do have durability and they do break, but the schematics never go away. So you can level up the schematics and keep making the same weapon over and over. The only hard part is the weapons can be somewhat hard to create, especially your higher level or higher tier weapons like your purples and your oranges and your yellows, because the materials for them to be created is either more or they're rarer. So just keep that in mind. Now what you see here, what I'm fiddling around with, is the defenders and the survivors. Now, defenders are people you can plug into your home base to protect your base as you're trying to protect it from zombie apocalypse. You'll have a thing called a storm shield. That's what defenders do, basically. And they also can be plugged into some other aspects of the game. But the one thing I want to kind of focus in on is how to make your hero stronger. That's going to be the bulk of what you're trying to do. Survivors are the key to this. Survivors are what you could call your army in a way. Now, what you have is an individual squad. Now, your squad can be filled up with heroes, and I think what they call complementary heroes or whatever, like to help you out on the way. But the cool thing is, survivors and defenders are just like weapon schematics and heroes. They can be leveled up, as you see here. As they level up and they reach level 10, they can be evolved to the next tier. But that's hard to do, and I'm still having a hard time finding materials to evolve them, because you need something called pure rain, or as I would call pure tears of death. But we won't get into that. So moving on, though, as you see here, I'm fiddling around with defender squads. Don't worry about that. That deals with storm shield and whatever. Survivor squads, though, are I think 5 or 6 distinct groups. Now, if you look here, that's my hero stats onto the left side. As I'm moving heroes around or survivors around, you'll notice that my stats are changing. There are 4 distinct stats to be aware of: fortitude, offense, resistance, and tech. Now, obviously, the stronger rarity you put in, like yellows, like mythics and legendaries and epics, as you put them in, obviously you're going to be stronger. So there's no denying that fact. But the cool thing is, though, you can actually level them up, and you can open up more options as you progress through your skill tree, which we'll discuss in a minute. The thing to keep in mind, too, is, like I said before, if you level them up and evolve them, that makes you stronger. The stronger your hero is, the stronger your survivors are, and the stronger your defenders are, the more your home base level goes up. And the higher home base level goes up, makes you stronger overall, which then allows you access to higher tier missions. The way to identify that, though, is a large number on the left-hand side. Now, a lot of people get this confused with your hero's number. So next we're going to be talking about the skill tree within Fortnite. There are 4 distinct tiers of trees before. To go to the next one, you have to complete the current town you're in. So if you start off in the beginning area, when you go to the next town, you unlock the next skill tree. The skill trees are pretty much broken down into 4 distinct areas, which none of them restricting you. You could put your points anywhere you want in the order that you're going in, because some further aspects of the tier tree can be locked off if you don't have enough nodes unlocked, which are the circles that you see here on the screen. So here's the thing. The top area of the skill tree is the soldiers area. The middle to be like kind of down area is the constructors. Then it's the outlanders, then it's the ninja. Now, me and my buddy's been playing for a while, so we pretty much have the whole entire first skill tree completely maxed out, which is great if you want to. If not, it's not your thing, fine. Just go ahead and skip on by. But it does help you make you stronger, because some of the skill things can add, like the hearts you see here, the little circle in the hearts, can increase your fortitude. Some can increase your tech. Some can add more survivors to your survivor squad, which we already discussed, can make you that much more powerful. So kind of keep in mind to, do your missions and level up as much as you can. Another thing, if you notice, and over here on the left-hand side, that there's a 2 there. In the first skill tree, it only took 1 skill point to go and activate a node. As you go up, it takes 2, then in 3, then in 4. So as you level up, thankfully the game doesn't just give you 1 skill point. After a certain point in time, the game starts rewarding you 2 skill points as you level up. Here's the thing, though. Little tidbit of information. If you want to get more skill points, work as best you can to complete objectives while you're in-game doing your missions. Helping survivors, dealing with encampments, building up an atlas, not overbuilding, getting it done in the time. All these different aspects can help you level up faster. You have a different rating as you level up. There's bronze all the way up to platinum. If you get platinum, that's like 30,000 XP, or at least where I'm at, and that's like leveling you up twice, which is 4 skill points, which is 2 nodes unlocked. Now, as you progress, though, as I said before, the nodes get more expensive. So further on, you might not be going crazy and spending your points like, I don't know, apples and oranges. But you still can fill out your tree any way you want, in any regard you want, as long as you have enough nodes unlocked. Now, sometimes it will notify you and say, sorry, you don't have enough nodes unlocked. You need to unlock 20 nodes in this skill tree, or 30. It doesn't matter. Just go back and keep doing missions. Trust me, you'll have a lot of fun. It's totally worth it, because there's so many different attacks and abilities you can get. There's like one attack where you slam a giant banner down and shockwave people away. One where you summon a little drone. Another where you summon a volley of rockets. I mean, oh my god. Fucking awesome. So before we even discuss the world of Fortnite, which is a post-apocalyptic zombie-ridden world, we must discuss, for whatever purpose, the llama. The llama is the bread and butter of the bread and butter. Now, this is how Epic makes their money off this game. Now, first off, you can earn everything you see here, sort of, in-game. But, if you got a little bit of cash to spare, ranging everything from $10 to $100, you can buy packs of llama from 1 to 10 to 100. These upgrade llamas can actually change as well. They can upgrade to silver and gold. Never seen the platinum, but you know what? Nothing can surprise me at this point. But basically what it is, it provides you just everything I've named so far. Heroes, weapon schematics, trap schematics, bonus XP, survivors, defenders, you name it, it can give it to you. I've gotten mythic survivors, I've gotten mythic, no I haven't, got a wish. Oh, you saw right there, just updated. Mythic survivors, I've got legendary, or epic traps, so they're worth it in some regard, but again, people might get upset, say it's pay to win, but I guess Epic gotta make their money back, because they gotta, like, you know, get the servers going. I don't know. But there's a gold llama. Yay, it's so pretty. Okay, and also, this is kind of a misleading little fact here. It's not that easy to get gold llamas, so for anybody who gets any ideas, gold llamas do not just fall out of the sky. I've gone through 30 bucks already and only got 1 gold llama out of 30 fucking llamas. Let me tell you something. That shit hurts. So I recommend try your best to work together and try to get... I know, because right now you guys see this and are like, oh my god, I gotta get a llama if you play the games. Don't get the llamas unless you absolutely need to. Because a llama can make you... There's my... Hey, there's my legendary... my epic survivors and defenders. Holy crap. Okay, cool. Let me shut up now. So here we are. We're at the very end of it all. Culminating everything that I've told you so far. Let me present to you Fortnite. This is Outlander Quinn. Now, I've also moved over to a new constructor. We're going to talk about that. Anyway, I'm going to go through some of what you're seeing here on the heads-up display. On the left-hand side, you see your own shield, which is blue, your health bar, which is green, your yellow bar, which is stamina. Then you see the health bar and the corresponding home base power and blue goo power of your allies that are with you. You also see the symbol of what type of class they have. Below that, you see the materials you currently have alkylated to you. You see wood, brick, steel. You also see the number of survivors you have saved and the number of blue goo yourself that you have. Over on the right side, you have the list of missions that you're currently doing, or objectives. Above that is 3 bars: combat, utility, and build. As they rank up, the more XP you get, the more overall XP your team gets. At the end of the match, the more rewards that you will earn. Above that, obviously, is the compass and the minimap. Now, at the very bottom right-hand side, you have your powers. Okay, so the blue powers that you see that Quinn has, the X, the Z, and the C, are powers that come from Quinn's class. The 5 and 6 are the powers that come from using or putting in nodes in the skill tree. That is the rocket volley and the healing node, or the healing power. On the left side of that, that's your pickaxe, which is 1. Your primary, secondary, and tertiary weapons, which in a different degree you can use them. The cool thing about Fortnite is basically it's a base building game. You complete random objectives in a large, very large map of every different mission. As you complete objectives, you gather materials for one big bout. Sometimes simply all you have to do is destroy things like encampments or killing certain zombies, things of that nature. Or you might be protecting something like an atlas, like a giant spherical thing that you have to build a base around and protect it. Or Lars, a random ass hippie dude, who somehow has a van hooked to a helium that floats around from place to place that you have to protect as well. Yeah, he flies high, if you get what I'm saying. Anyway, so, moving on. Awkward. You gather materials as you progress. Anything pretty much breakable. Trees, bushes, houses, cars, doors, you name it. The only thing, ironically, you can't break, which you would think you can, because your main thing of source of weaponry, if you're lost all else, is your pickaxe, is you can't break down the roads around you. You can't break the ground. Hey, I don't know. You would think that if I could put a hole through a car with a pickaxe, you think I could bust up concrete. That is just me. That is all I'm saying. I'm just saying, if I bust up concrete, I could bust up a car, I could bust up concrete. I don't know. I'm not judging the semantics in this whole thing. Just throwing it out there. Moving on again. Another little key factor too as well, you will burn through ammo like a mother sucker. So it's good to have a melee weapon on hand, an offensive weapon that you get up close and do some up close damage. Now here's the cool thing about that as well. Oh, check that out, it's a ghost. Look at him, flying bastard. I hate those things. Killer bees. I swear to God, killer bees. Killer fucking bees. If you see them, run. I'm telling you, they eat away your armor like a broke back bitch. Moving on, going all over the place again. Anyway, you want an offensive weapon that's up close and personal. Every class, I think, I don't think every class has their own individual weapon. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do, because not really their individual weapon, but they have weapons that correspond with the skill trees that can help benefit them in some way or another. Obviously, ninjas use swords, I think, and constructors use giant mallets, so you kind of do. Now, what I was saying before, though, was there are a varying degree of enemies, like you saw the ghosts. Then there's just random zombies. Then there's giant dudes like smashers that, believe you me, they really do smash. The one destroyed our whole entire base. Made us feel so proud about our work. Then you have things like I call my cousin Ronnie, a big fat dude with a red t-shirt. Bees! Fucking bees. Stop the movie. Bees. You see a little bastard with the honeycomb thing on his head? For the record, here's my thing. What beekeeper, how did his head fit in that? That needs to be discussed when we have the next, like, Fortnite convention or something. Like, straight up, we need to have a sit-down. Somebody needs to explain to me how that son of a bitch got his head up a honeycomb. You know what? I'm not even gonna. You know what? Fuck it. Just moving on. Anyway, so there's varying degree of enemies, right? Now, you don't have to just break things down, though. Moving on to that, if you saw right here, there's sometimes you can press E, in my case, because I'm using PC, and search around the area, like treasure chests and lootable objects, things of that nature. So it's not always hard work and kicking ass. Sometimes we have fun and kick back and kill zombies and drink some coffee. I don't know. I'm kind of getting lost with this. I haven't done a video in a long time. Forgetting that I'm human. Anyway. But what I'm saying is the bulk of the game is pretty much leveling up your heroes by applying them into your survivor squads, then going out and doing your missions and gathering materials and things of that nature to fight off the zombie horde or whatever the end game mission is. Now, I personally have made it to Plankerton Town, the next area over, and I gotta say there's some really new missions. Now, that's the one cool thing that I said today to somebody I was talking to. That it's not the same redundant thing over and over. It does change. There are new missions in newer areas. And they do get relatively harder. And they do push you that much harder to try and survive. So, there's a little bit of a risk and reward with it. Now, a little tidbit of information I want to kind of throw out there. If you die, your weapons take a durability loss. So, make sure if you're about to go down, you ain't got nothing on that's important. So yeah. Other than that, the game's pretty fun. I had a lot of fun with my friends, and everybody that played it, some people played it and didn't like it, but every time I played it and my friends have played it, they loved it. So it's kind of like, it's a niche in a way. It's like Borderlands. You either love it or you hate it. But there's a lot to offer in this game, because it's very fun co-op, easy to pick up, easy to play. It's got a carnival-style kind of pick-and-play system where you go out, you pick where you want to go, and you find out what corresponds with your actual power level. Like I said before, your power level, your home-based power level is everything. You can't complete missions or do anything if you're not strong enough. Remember, the single doesn't make the whole does. Every individual part that works within the game has to work cohesively. So you need survivor squads to be built up. You need to build your hero up. You need to build your defenders. So there's a lot to keep the player busy. So don't worry about being bored or not having anything to do. This game provides you a lot of things to do. And a lot of funny, quirky things to happen there in and there out. Like Ronnie, the red-headed redneck, running around with a giant propane tank on his shoulder. Which, if y'all think I'm making this up, if you buy this game and you don't take me serious, you're going to run into a redneck with a propane tank and he's going to throw that shit in your base. And I swear on my mother, it's going to blow the fuck out of your shit. I promise you. Oh, what? Am I going to do it? Am I going to do it? No, I didn't do it. Did I see what I mean? Melee weapon. But the problem was, there's a random weapon I found, and it was damn near broken. Shit happens, you know what I'm saying? Well, I'm going to leave you with the rest of the footage so you guys can have fun and watch the rest of the gameplay. See you later. See you next time. This is Game Flunkie signing off. What am I doing in this video? Oh yeah, the item menus. By the way, before I sign off, the only way to craft, this is something I should mention, the only way to craft any items is in-game while doing a mission or at your home base, which is easy. It's a giant symbol on the map icon that you can click and go pff, teleport to. That's the only way to craft items. There's no other way to craft items unless... Now, you keep the craftable items unless they break or whatever, but the only way to craft them is while doing missions or at your home base. So, there's that. Again, not beating a horse to death. This is Game Flunkie signing off. I know it's been a while. I haven't done a video, but I always appreciate you. I love you. Thanks for watching. This is Fortnite's walkthrough.